Okay, let's talk about getting really, really good results from AI, especially for the classroom. Today, we're going to unpack a super simple formula that can turn your AI assistant from a kind of frustrating gadget into an absolutely incredible teaching partner.
I bet you've been there, right? You ask your AI for some help with a lesson plan, and what you get back is just meh. It's bland, it's generic, and honestly, it's pretty much useless. If you've ever felt that frustration, you are so not alone. But what if the problem isn't really the AI at all?
It really all boils down to this classic idea from the world of computing. The quality of what you get out of an AI is 100% dependent on the quality of what you put in. So if you give it vague instructions, you're going to get vague results. But the great news is we can learn to give it amazing instructions.
And that is exactly where this comes in. There's a really simple, super memorable structure that can completely transform your AI conversations from frustrating to fantastic, and it's called the teacher's prompt formula.
The whole formula is just R plus T plus TN plus C plus O. I know, it looks a little bit like a math equation, but trust me, it's actually a powerful recipe for getting exactly what you want. Each letter stands for a key piece of info your AI needs to do a good job. That's role, task, tone, context, and output. So let's dive in and break down what each one really means.
All right, we're going to unpack this thing piece by piece so you can see exactly how all these parts come together to create one seriously precise and powerful prompt.
First up, let's start with R. We've got to set the stage with the AI's role. So R stands for role. This is where you tell the AI who it should pretend to be. I love this analogy. Think of it like you're casting an actor in a movie. Instead of just a generic AI, are you talking to a curriculum expert or maybe a Cambridge-trained English teacher? Just by specifying the role right at the beginning, you instantly boost the focus, the accuracy, and the overall quality of the answer. It's a huge deal.
Okay, so our AI has its persona. Now it's time to give it something to actually do.
And that brings us to T for task. This is the what. It's the specific job you need it to do. You can't be vague here and just say, give me some ideas. Nope, you gotta be precise. Create a 35-minute lesson on synonyms. See? That takes your teaching goal and turns it into a crystal clear instruction for the AI. All right, we have a role and a task, but what's the vibe? How do we actually want this thing to sound? That's where TN for tone is so important. This is all about the voice and the style. As a teacher, you know this instinctively. Do you need something playful and warm for your kids, or maybe something more professional yet warm for a presentation to your colleagues? Defining the tone is what makes sure the content will actually connect with the people you want it to. And now, for what I think is maybe the most crucial part of this whole thing, especially for educators. C is for context, and honestly, this is where the magic really happens. This is the part that takes a generic lesson plan and turns it into something that feels like it was made just for your students in your classroom. When you add details like for years 7 learners in Lagos or tell it to use Nigerian market examples, you're grounding the entire thing in your students' world. This right here is the real game changer.
And finally, we just need to tell the AI exactly how we want all this amazing information delivered to us. And that's O for output. This is you defining the final format. How do you want it packaged? Do you want a lesson plan table or maybe a 6-item exit ticket? Being specific here saves you so much time later because you don't have to cut, paste, and reformat a giant wall of text.
So that's the whole formula. Role, task, tone, context, and output. R, T, T, and C, O. Now let's see what happens when we put it all together and go from something totally generic to something genuinely great. Okay, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? On one side, you have create a lesson on synonyms, and that's going to get you that boring, generic result we all hate. But on the other side, we have our full formula prompt. It's specific, it's packed with rich detail, and it gives the AI everything it needs to become a truly useful partner. And boom, here's the result. Instead of that wall of text, you get this perfectly structured lesson plan table, exactly like you asked for. And see that market analogy hook? That's our context, our C, working its magic. The entire lesson is laid out, it's clear, it's ready to go. The formula, it just plain works. But here's the thing. Getting good at using this formula is so much more than just a clever trick to save some time. It's really the first step on a much bigger, more important journey. developing your own AI literacy.
And AI literacy is just a fancy way of saying we have the skills we need to effectively partner up with these incredibly powerful tools. It's about learning to speak their language so we can get what we need for our students and our classrooms. And this is going to be a fundamental skill for all of us in this new era of teaching. So when you get right down to it, this isn't just about writing better prompts. It's about learning how to take all of that amazing expertise you already have in your head, your curriculum objectives, your teaching strategies, and translating it into clear instructions that your AI partner can understand and act on. So there you have it, the teacher's prompt formula. It's a simple, powerful tool that will unlock the true potential of AI in your classroom. You have the key now. So the only question is, what amazing learning experience are you going to create first?